Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to get right into the topics of today. First, we have Bethesda having an FAQ here about Redfall and whether or not you're going to need an online connection to play the single player mode. Let's look at these FAQs here. The first one says, will playing Redfall require an online connection for single player as well as co-op? And the answer is a persistent online connection is required for single player and co-op. And the next one is, will playing Redfall require a Bethesda.net account? A Bethesda.net account is required. And then if you're wondering if Redfall will require account linking to your Steam or Xbox user ID, yes it will. Now, curiously enough, they ask, will playing Redfall require an Xbox Gold subscription? And it says Xbox Gold is only required to play co-op. So obviously, since this is a paid game and has an online component, you have to have Xbox Gold to play online. But what people are more concerned with is the fact that you're going to have to be online just to play the single player mode. Now, one reason that they could be requiring an online connection is that they could be using server-side saves to prevent things like save hacking. And if you're going to be playing this through a Game Pass, you're going to have to be online anyway. However, if you outright purchase the game, you won't be able to play it without an internet connection. Now, unfortunately, what this means is that you won't be able to play the game if, say, there's a service outage. So you could be sitting there wanting to play a single-player game, and you can't because their servers are down. Now, unless the online requirement is patched out, you wouldn't be able to play the game once the servers are discontinued as well. But when it comes to the topic of game preservation, a patch won't really help much. You won't be able to play the version of the game that is on the disc if, say, the patches were no longer available. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. Personally, I'm going to be playing it through Game Pass, so it really doesn't matter a whole lot to me anyway. But if you were someone who was looking to get a physical copy of this game to be able to play in perpetuity, you may not be able to. And next we have the PlayStation Plus monthly games for February. Now I know these were sort of leaked out earlier in the week, but I didn't cover them then. So let's take a look here at the official announcement. We have Evil Dead, which scored a 72 Metacritic for the PS5 version. And then we have Oli Oli World, which had an 85 on both the PS4 and PS5 versions. And Destiny 2 Beyond Light had a 76 for the PS4 and a 77 for the PS5 version. And then we have Mafia, the Definitive Edition, which has a 76 Metacritic rating for the PS4. So a pretty decent set of games for the month of February. However, there was a bigger announcement that came with this, and let's take a look here at it from the official blog.playstation.com website. We also wanted to provide an update on the PlayStation Plus Collection that has been offered as a benefit to PlayStation Plus members on PS5 since 2020. On May 9th, the PlayStation Plus Collection will no longer be offered. If you haven't redeemed the titles in this collection yet, you can still do so until May 9th, which will enable you to access those titles even after this date for as long as you remain a PlayStation Plus member. Now, if you're not familiar with the PlayStation Plus Collection, this was announced back in 2020 before the PlayStation 5 was released, and it included a whole bunch of PlayStation 4 games. You can look at the ones here from the original announcement, and you've got quite a bit here with God of War, Ratchet & Clank, The Last of Us Remastered, and then they have some third-party publishers that have good ones like Batman Arkham Knight. You have Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Fallout 4, Monster Hunter World, and Persona 5, just to kind of highlight some of these here. So what are your thoughts on this benefit going away? I know there were some statements that came from PlayStation officials saying that this would not go away with the revamp of PlayStation Plus. Although it's true that this benefit didn't go away right when PlayStation Plus was revamped, it is going away, about 11 months later. And finally, we have the return of the game voucher system from Nintendo. If you take a look at Nintendo.com, you can see here you can purchase basically for $100 2 game vouchers. And these can be redeemed for any of the games you see going on the screen right now. And while this would save you about $10 on each game at retail price, many of these games have been out for several years, and a lot of times you can find them on sale, especially the physical versions, for at least $10 off, if not more. So while it's good to see this promotion come back, I don't know if it's anything that I would take advantage of unless there's just 2 games that I have to buy right now, and it would be games that have been out for a while, and I wanted to save a little money on them and get them only digital. Of course, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you probably have an idea that I generally opt for a physical version if at all possible. So let me know what you think. Is this something you would take advantage of, or are you more likely just to sort of wait on a sale and be able to save even more? And that's all we have for today. Let me know if any of the topics we covered caught your attention. I want to thank you for watching, and be good.